Normally, members of a limited liability company owe fiduciary duties to one another and to the entity. Can an LLC member contract his way out of these duties? In Pappas vs. Tzolis, a member wants to hide behind a contractual waiver after deciding to keep a lucrative business deal secret from his former business partners. Steve Pappas, Constantine Ifantopoulos, and Steve Tzolis formed Vrahos, a Delaware LLC, for the sole purpose of leasing a Manhattan building. Vrahos's operating agreement provided that any member could engage in any business, including ventures competing with Vrahos, and that members owed no obligation, quote, of any kind, unquote, to the entity or other members. Tzolis advanced over $1 million for the lease's security deposit in exchange for rights to sublet the building. As part of the sublease, Tzolis had to pay additional rent to Vrahos. Tzolis then decided he wanted to take over the prime lease instead of paying rent as a subletter. He suggested Pappas and Ifantopoulos sell their interests in Vrahos to him. 1 year after Vrahos's formation, the three signed an assignment agreement, with Tzolis buying out his co-members' interests for 20 times what they'd invested. The sellers also signed a handwritten certificate affirming that they'd done their due diligence, received the advice of counsel, and weren't relying on any representation made by Tzolis outside the assignment agreement. The certificate stated that Tzolis didn't owe any fiduciary duties to the sellers. 6 months after the buyout became effective, Vrahos assigned its lease to a third party for $17.5 million. Tzolis, as Vrahos's sole member, made a substantial profit. The sellers claimed that Tzolis had secretly begun negotiations with the third party before the buyout and sued Tzolis for breach of fiduciary duty, among other causes of action. Tzolis moved to dismiss the seller's complaint, arguing that the operating agreement and buyout certificate eliminated any fiduciary duty. The trial court dismissed the claims. The sellers appealed to the appellate division.